Hello world, welcome back to the second in the series, in the video blog series for the ARBC, Augmented Reality Battle Card game. This video blog is just going to explain a little bit about what I've been doing over the past 2 weeks, also what sort of technologies there are involved and the plan for the next 2 weeks. It's not going to be very long, so sit tight, I won't keep you forever. Let's get straight down to it. Flash is the core program used, and in particular ActionScript 3 or Object-Oriented ActionScript 3. I found out that it's quite difficult to do what I'm doing, and I must admit I haven't actually done that much object-oriented code, so it's been quite a steep learning curve for me. I've just been doing sort of linear code bits and pieces, although I have done ActionScript 3 before in the previous years for previous assignments. So I do know a little bit about ActionScript 3, but this time I'm actually taking it on the next level and hopefully be able to create something good at the end of it. That's the plan. If you want any help, there's a book that was recommended to me by my tutor. It's Object-Oriented ActionScript 3.0. It's by the Friends of Ed. It's a good book. It's, as you can see, quite a thick book and has lots of information about getting you into the object-oriented mindset as well. So if you have a library near you, you can check it out, I'm sure. Or if you're lucky to have a decent tutor like mine who lets me borrow it for a week, it's really helpful. So, yeah, Object-Oriented ActionScript 3.0, and that's all good. Okay, so a little bit about ActionScript 3.0. Now, let's go on to a bit more of the framework behind this augmented reality game. It's based using ActionScript, but actually it's using a framework called FLAR Manager. That's F-L-A-R Manager. You can find it at transmote.com or flar.transmote.com. I'll put a linky somewhere for you guys to find it. It's basically a good ActionScript framework that works with the marker detection. So when you put up your marker, the framework detects the marker and then gives its X and Y and Z positions and bits and pieces. It also works well with many of the 3D renderers available for Flash, Away 3D, Paper Vision 3D, just a couple to name a few. Anyway, enough me rambling on. You want to see the juicy bits, so I'll show the juicy bit.
Okay, so here is my prototype in action. Basically, it's a live webcam feed from the webcam above my monitor. I have created some example battle cards of what hopefully the final product will look like. Now, let's just show you one of the cards. Basically, on one side, we'll have to flip that over because the webcam is mirrored. But basically, you have the image here, nice tank name at the top, and then maybe statistics and some information about the said tank at the bottom. And then on the other side, you've got one of these markers. Now, the markers is what the webcam will detect and will display the model, like so, on the marker. And as I see, it tracks. Ooh, you get one or two false positives every now and then, but a quick swipe of the hand usually clears it. Come on, clear the camera. It takes a second or two just to update the markers that are disappeared. There we go. So anyway, you have tank marker such as this on one. So we put one down. You select another tank, or your opponent puts down their tank. For example, I've got a battle tank here. Now, you'd think the battle tank would win against an APC, but it's all about choosing correctly. So I've gone for fuel because the APC is quite economical between the two, or it's the most economical between the two, and it can go a further distance range-wise. So I don't know quite how I'm going to do this yet, either through sort of turning the tank a certain direction on the field, or possibly just selecting it on the keyboard, or maybe an additional marker. I am going to choose fuel, but since fuel is the only one that's currently working in the prototype, I'm just going to hit space and make sure fuel starts. There we go. So we've got fuel counting down here, and it will slowly go down. Unfortunately, it sets quite slowly. I've got to change the statistics and bits and pieces to make sure it will work quicker in future. But the idea is, when this fuel gauge goes down to 0, this model will delete because it has lost, basically. But possibly in the future, what I'm going to get is a fuel on each tank rather than just on one tank at the moment, and then also maybe some nice graphical user interfaces of fuel gauges going down, and then when one runs out, you sort of see it sort of sputtering along or something along those lines and stop, and the other one will continue going. And maybe the other one might bounce up and down on top of the marker like a micro machine would. I don't know. There's all sorts of possibilities with these at the moment, but it just gives you an idea for what's happening. Right, now I'm going to show you some models, some final models, and some renderers of some final models that I have done.
Okay, so that was a sneak peek of what I've been up to. Hopefully you're as excited as I am. If we can put it all together and build something that would be hopefully quite good. I mean, augmented reality I've always had a slight interest in anyway, just because it's so cool to have a model in your hands and move it about. But no, on a serious note, hopefully I'll be able to build this project. At the moment, it's not going to be pretty at all. I mean, it was just a standard grey tank. I have textured another tank just to get that technology working as well. But hopefully that will give you an idea of what will be available at the end of it. But for the moment, I bid you all farewell, and thank you for watching. It's Matthew Shield for Augmented Reality Battle Card game. I shall hopefully see you in a couple of weeks. Goodbye, world.